All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, a great millstone, time is truth. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom, and Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. Now, this lesson, basically going into, getting rich is not from to save you, man, from the judgment of the Lord, because, right now, we're gonna see the mainstream adoption of crypto and digital assets, man. Because we understand that this devil is using crypto as the Trojan horse to bring in this digital system for the MOTB, all right, which is the MARK of the beast, which is the micro CHIP, man. Soon, this white man is gonna want every man, woman, and child to receive a micro CHIP inside of them, man, and that is the MARK of the beast. All right. And see, this is what these people are forgetting. Now you have this image that I seen on X, formerly known as Twitter. Now you have, it's basically a depiction of the flood. All right, during Noah's time, man. The animals aboard the ark, and now you see Bitcoin as the symbol on the ark, because you got people that's within, the crypto sphere, that understand that they want to get rid of the dollar, and these things are from the crash, and and they're saying get into crypto, get into Bitcoin so it could save you. Like their crypto Bitcoin is like they're saying it represents Noah's Ark before the flood, before the destruction. All right, and they think that they're finna just get rich, they finna circumvent the system, and but these things won't matter, man. All right, these things won't matter. You get into crypto, you get rich, and think that this won't matter, man. All right, none of this will matter. All right, ultimately, we understand that America is gonna be completely destroyed. All right, and not only that, these people be forgetting the CHIP, man. They think they just finna get rich off digital assets, and they be forgetting the CHIP. All right, because you had Trump, these certain legislations for crypto and digital assets, and going into stable coins, because Trump said how there won't be no CBDC, but stable coins is a CBDC in disguise, man. So we're in those times, man, how they're finna get ready to set this digital system for the MOTB, because these people, they think they're finna get rich off digital assets, and then that's just it. No. All right, the scriptures say that let's get it, let's get it, man, because these people think they're finna just get rich and then just be good. All right, but the scriptures say in Revelation chapter 13 verse 16, it says, and he, who's the tabernacle of Edom, beginning with the elites, okay, 1948ers, the so-called white men, the children of Edom, the descendants of Esau. It says, and he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a MARK in their right hand or in their foreheads. And when you go into the word MARK in the Greek word is charagma, which goes into a scratch, etching thing, carved, sculptured, graven, because they're gonna have to make a cutting, an incision into the flesh, so you can receive this CHIP, man. And when you go deeper, it goes back to Karax, which go into a pale, stake, or palisade, which is basically a sharp pointed instrument that they're gonna make that cutting into the flesh, so you can receive this micro CHIP, man. But the point is that what he causes, so because you got people that understand that crypto is gonna boom. Coinbase just joined the S&P 500. They understand that crypto is going to become mainstream. There's going to be a mainstream adoption of digital assets, tokenization. So these people that are in early, they think they're going to just get rich, But we understand, according to the scriptures, that the scriptures say what? He called it all, man. Small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. All right? Okay? Because we understand the only ones that's going to endure unto the end and be delivered are the Lord's elect, man. All right? Are the Lord's elect. All right? That's who the Lord is finna come for. That's who the Lord is finna deliver. When you read Matthew chapter 24, the scriptures say, then shall they see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. Then shall he send his angels with the great sound of a trumpet to gather together his elect, his chosen, man, of the nation of Israel, the remnant of Israel, man. That's who's going to be delivered, man. You see, getting into crypto early and trying to get into it before they get rid of they bring in the cashless society. They steal the wealth, you know, the wealth transfer, and they think they're finna just, you know, Bitcoin is the ark of the Noah's Ark, and no, man. You know, ultimately we understand that this devil is finna implement the CHIP, and even if you got rich off digital assets, you still gonna need the CHIP, you know. So we're in those times, and it says what? That no man might buy or sell, save he that had the MARK, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name, man. You will not be able to buy and sell. You will not be able to purchase. You will not be able to make payments, man. Okay, without having this CHIP. We understand that they're going to bring forth a cashless society. Okay, all right, a digital monetary system. Okay, but see, Trump, these devils, they're so deceptive that Trump said, what? We're not going to have a CBDC. We're against CBDC, central bank digital currency, which is basically the government making its own, you know, digital dollar, you know. But see, instead he said, no, we're gonna bring this legislation for stable coins, man. Where stable coins are just CBDCs in disguise, man. Okay, it's a CBDC in disguise, man. All right, and this devil finna bring forth the digital system, implement the CHIP, and we're in those times, man. As the scriptures say, the hour of temptation. All right, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also shall keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth, man. Roughly paraphrasing, man. To all of them, man. To try them that dwell upon the earth, man. All the world, man. And these are the times that we're coming into, man. So all this trying to get rich, like that's finna save you, it's not finna work, man. Especially, it won't deliver you from the wrath of the Lord, man. All right, and let's get the scripture on that, man. It says, Proverbs chapter 11, verse 4, it says, riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivereth from death, man. You see? Riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivereth from death, man. You see? So we in those times, man. You know, we in those times. And I had another verse going into, lay not up. This is Matthew chapter 6, verse 19. It says, lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through and steal. And that's what the Lord's elect are doing, man. While these people, you know, are trying to get rich on the earth, you know, to have to live better lives in this world, the Lord's elect are forsaking their lives in this world and storing up treasures in heaven for the sake of the new world to come. You know, as the scriptures say, we look for a new heaven and new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness, man. You see? But you know, that's really the point. That's really the point. All right, going back to this image, you know, because these people, they think that you know, with the great wealth transfer, the elites from the transfer to wealth, you know, oh, we got to get into crypto digital assets before it be, you know, like that's finna save them, man. Putting it as Noah's Ark, you know, like it's finna save them from the collapse. And you know, ultimately, man, when Esau bring this CHIP, it don't matter rich, it don't matter if you're rich or poor, free or bond. The scripture say he calls it all, man. All right, he calls it all. And that's really the point, man. You know, that's really the point. And only the Lord's elect are going to endure unto the end, man. And even be put to death than to receive this CHIP, man. You know? And that's really the point. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I'm going to close it out. Give infinite praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, a great millstone, time of this truth. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom.